About workforce, we're thinking about inclusive economic development, we're thinking about clean economy and climate justice. The place where I want us all to start is centering on community voice. That's really the purpose of our meeting today. It's to bring together what we've already heard and to anchor a new program in the voices of those most impacted by decisions that are being made and the voices of those that are often left out of these conversations. And so that's where we're going to start our day. That's where we're going to anchor our day.
This may be the first time that you're hearing community voices and perspectives on this issue, but for many of the panelists, these are things that they've been screaming from the rooftops and saying over and over again. So as you listen to these folks, I encourage you to radically listen.
We're less likely to become reincarcerated, and we're more able to build stable, productive lives when we have employment.
There's still a lot of institutions and not enough people there to help train them and get them ready.
We're all up here asking for something, some kind of support. We want to be a part of the solution.
Meet the people where they are.
One of the great takeaways today for me personally was how to listen better. The panel discussion today was very good about hearing what people are saying and absorbing that into our character. It was a great discussion today. I picked up some tips on how to communicate in my community with people that don't always have their voices heard.
What's happening here is honestly a great example of, welcoming community input, just reaching out to young people. And again, I hate to say it, but through social media, through the internet, that's really the best way to, I think, to engage with young populations.
For example, connect younger people with senior citizens. Some of the senior citizens have a lot of experience in different areas that we can utilize, and it's not being utilized because of the simple fact we don't know how to reach those senior citizens that could come in and volunteer to teach auto body or welding or something in high school or something like that.
I think if you wanted to really truly engage the community that I help serve, I would say offer them the meaningful training. Unfortunately, a lot of individuals are coming out of institutions and they don't have the first idea of where to go looking for help and looking for work.
Educating people about the opportunities that are coming out with these new clean economy jobs. If I was in prison and I heard the word clean economy jobs, I thought they'd be asking me to apply somewhere as a janitor. Okay, they don't know what that is.
The clean energy economy is coming. Our region and our state are very much in a transition, and I think the reason that we're all here together is to ask ourselves, how do we prepare our region to make sure that not only do we take advantage of this transition, but that we bring everybody and give everybody a shot to benefit from it.
That if you're going to focus on helping somebody become successful in returning to society, where are they going to sleep? Think about how can we provide housing for our unhoused population. That's first and foremost. If you can get somebody with the security of knowing that they have a roof over their head, that's one less thing they have to worry about, and now they can start focusing on, now what can I do to sustain this house, to sustain this home that I'm building.
I was 30 days out. I was ready to give it up because I had no place to go. I had bought my tent, bought my sleeping bag, was committed to being on the street. And FTE provided me housing, CEO provided me a job.
The resources I think we need are pretty much everything. We need housing supports, we definitely heard that, and we also need to meet people where they're at. That was definitely clear from the community panel discussion, and especially the time that folks are spending incarcerated, there's opportunities there to begin training for viable careers before they're released, and we're kind of missing the threshold entry points for folks. And I think there was a really good point made as well about what is the clean economy? What does that mean? One of the panelists said it made me think of being a janitor. And so even when we talk about these things, what's the vernacular, what's the languaging we're using, and how do we do that in a way that translates to everyone?
We have never had state investments to this level in workforce I've ever seen in almost my 30 years. This governor sees the state of California's workforce is one of his #1 priorities, to make sure we get people back to work and they get good paying jobs. That's really the core and the key to the SURF program. You heard from the panel today, that's exactly the kind of work we want to start seeing.
I'm really hoping that the SURF project really elevates a bottom-up approach and really gives the community members the resources and the tools that they need to actively engage in the decision-making process. I think it's best approached by getting the people you're designing for at the decision-making table. People don't want decisions made for them. People want to be able to make the decisions for themselves, and they have the ability to do that. They just need the chance to be at the decision-making table.
And that's really just an invitation and a call to action to all of us. Let's do this, let's do it together. This event of really hearing from the community, I think, puts us right at the right starting block to get started. So let's all do that together, and thank you so much for being here.